Don't give in to hate. That leads to the dark side.
Hey guys, welcome back inside of the Plastic Planet. I am your host, Nick Knack, hanging out with you guys tonight. Guys, today is May 21st, 2020. Today, of course, as you guys know, if you have been following this channel all month long, or if you're just a Star Wars fan in general, and if you're probably following this channel, you probably are a Star Wars fan in general, but as you guys very well know, today is the 40th anniversary of the greatest film of all time, in my opinion, and probably very high on your list as well, if not your favorite as well, The Empire Strikes Back. As you guys know, we've been celebrating The Empire Strikes Back all month long here on the Plastic Planet, and that certainly is not going to change tonight. Guys, I got two collectibles to show off to you guys, two slightly higher end collectibles to show off to you guys tonight that definitely have an Empire Strikes Back theme to them. In addition to that, we're going to do one more little homage at the end of this video to my favorite film, and probably yours as well, The Empire Strikes Back. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys, well, let's get to it. Let's get to it right now.
Nick Knack's Plastic Planet. With your host, it's Nick Knack!
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Alrighty, guys, well, first and foremost, so, I was just kind of laying in bed on the phone the other day, kind of flipping through my phone, and I happened to be on Amazon.com, and I just was kind of checked out this guy on Amazon and found him at a pretty good price. I paid $72 for him. I believe he was retailing at a little over $79 plus tax at like my local GameStop, for example. But anyway, I found him on Amazon, and I just said, screw it, because I know I have the Hyperreal Luke Skywalker Bespin version coming as well here in the next few weeks. So I said, screw it. I just pulled the trigger and bought this guy. And I'm pretty pleased. The box is fantastic. Now, this is a Hasbro product, as you guys can see, and as you guys very well know, this is considered part of the Black Series, although I don't believe this figure is in scale with other Black Series figures. But I said, screw it, and let's get this Empire Strikes Back version of Darth Vader, the Hyperreal version. I think this came out last winter, and I've heard some pretty good things about it. It's got a nice premium box. Look at that. This is a Hasbro figure. This is Hasbro content here, and look how great this figure looks in the box. It's funny, I saw this figure last winter in GameStop, and I was hanging out with Uncle Pat, and I balked on it then, and he made fun of me, saying that, dude, you can't have enough Vaders, and Uncle Pat, as always, is usually right, and so here I am with it a few months later, but nevertheless, it is in my collection. But what an amazing looking box. I almost don't want to open it, because it looks so damn good. I'm going to open it, but it looks really good in the box. Look at that. I like how it kind of opens up. It kind of looks like a nice, billfold wallet full of awesomeness there. Really, really cool. Figure looks great. The sculpt looks great. I don't think it's going to do justice here in the box on camera because of the glare of my lighting, but it looks really good. It's got caught in my snow there. There's the backside. Supposedly this figure is very, very, very articulated, but I don't know. It says so on the box, but I was reading some reviews on Amazon, and some people would take issue with that. So we'll see. I'm not going to run it through the ringer here per se, because it is mine, and I paid my own money for it. So I don't necessarily want to break it for the benefit of this video. So, but we'll check it out a little bit. Take a look at that articulation, although I'm not going to be putting him into any Bruce Lee Kung Fu poses tonight. So anyway, let's check him out. Let's get him out of the box. Alrighty guys, well here is the Hasbro Hyperreal Black Series Darth Vader, all removed from his packaging with all of his accessories laid out for you guys there. right here on my display shelf. Comes with a nice allotment of different hand poses, so you can get him in a number of different posing scenarios. This figure is a real mixed bag. I'm not sure what to make of it so far. First impression, real solid. The head sculpt is great. That helmet, Darth Vader's helmet, is not always easy to nail down, and I think they did a really nice job. There's like a nice angle for you guys. A really nice job of it overall. The figure itself is a mixed medium of different materials. His outer suit there kind of has a rubber feel to it, and you can tell there's metal in there. This is actually a metal figure, I believe, and the joints are really tight. It's really different from any action figure I've ever had before. The joints are very, very tight. They feel almost kind of, I don't know, robotic in a sense. It's really, really cool. I will give it that. My complaint so far is I don't like the way that cape lays on him. If you guys can't tell, and maybe it just needs to be futzed with more. I don't know. But I'm not really a fan of how that cape is laying too much. But other than that, I am a real fan of this figure so far. He does come with a display base. I'm not sure exactly how you're supposed to put the foot pegs in. I think there are foot pegs maybe on the bottom, because he does have holes, sockets in his feet to put him on foot pegs. And I think you'd want to have him kind of secure on his stand. I don't know. This figure doesn't exactly seem like a figure that could take a shelf dive, especially if you're displaying him on in a room with, like, say, linoleum or hardwood floors. And if he took a shelf dive, minus some nice plush carpet, you might have a problem. So you do want him fairly secure when you're displaying him. But again, he's really cool. He does come with a nice, this looks like a nice blaster deflection that you can put on him, maybe with this hand, I think. Yeah, there it is. There's the little socket for it, and there's the peg right there. So that's cool. We'll check that out here in a minute. But overall, I'm impressed. I like it a lot. Again, $72. This feels like a good buy. It really does. And I'm excited now even more to get the Bespin Luke Skywalker Hyperreal figure that I ordered a couple weeks ago that I talked about last week on Knick Knack Live, if you guys watched my live show with my good buddy Uncle Pat, my good buddy Trav. So anyway, all right, guys, well, let's get this thing in a few more poses, and then we'll move on to our next collectible. All right, guys, so real fast while I'm changing out those hand accessories, I did want to point out that, yeah, indeed, he does have like a metal endoskeleton going on underneath all this. So that is very cool. You guys can see the metal tip there. And yes, that's very cool. And the hand did come off fairly easy. So no real sweating that. You're not going to be sweating, breaking it or anything to change out his accessories. Very cool. Alrighty, guys, so a couple things of note here. I'm a little worried about my lightsaber. It looks like it got a little bent there. Maybe when I got out of the packaging, I don't know. So I might need to maybe get some warm water and work with this a little bit. It sort of has a rubbery plastic feel to it. Feels like it could be a little malleable. We'll see, especially if you heat it up. I'll have to be very careful. But I'm a little disappointed that that's not a little more straight. Anyway, it'll probably be okay. But anyway, I have been playing with him more, and I did kind of lie just a second ago, guys. When I was changing out those hands, the first hands came off so easy, but then it was very difficult. Well, I wouldn't say very difficult, but it was a little nerve-wracking putting back on the other hand, the blaster bolt deflection hand there. Just the figure kept, the peg just didn't want to quite go into that slot, and the hand kept getting the whole arm kept getting kind of jerked around as a result of the pressure I was putting on it. So it was a little nerve-wracking putting that on, and then putting on the other hand, I did put on his clenched fist here, and that was a little more problematic than I would have liked it to be. I think maybe I'm not giving this figure enough credit. Maybe it's more sturdy than it actually feels, but it does have a little air of fragility to it, even though it is a metal endoskeleton underneath all of this. It does feel a little fragile, and it does feel so stiff. I don't know what kind of broad range of posing options you have here. It feels pretty static to me. I got to be honest with you. But overall, I do like it a lot. Like I said, if I would have paid more money than $72 for him total, I would feel a little gypped. But for the price, I'm pretty happy. Alrighty, so I'm playing with him some more now. Here he is in just sort of a static, stoic kind of pose. Again, I don't like the cape very much. It feels very cumbersome. It feels larger than it should be. Soft goods on anything other than 1/6 scale, I think, kind of gets problematic at times if it's not done quite right. I just feel like something is amiss with this cape, but other than that, it is a really good figure. And like I said, I am enjoying it. I will have a fun time playing with this guy a little bit and getting him exactly how I want him to be on my shelves. Again, I don't feel like I had a misfire here one bit. I'd give this like a B+ if I was giving it a rating or whatever. But again, he's pretty cool. Let's get him in one more pose and let's move on. All right, so one more word of note. I mentioned the pegs earlier in the video. Yeah, you can. If you flip it upside down, you can see the little pegs do get removed from their little slots here, and then you can put them wherever you want to. They do give you, that's pretty nice. They give you a nice broad range of places to put the pegs to pose the figure. So that's nice. So I like put it right there. So that's good. So let's get him up on the pegs here and sort of a little more of a dynamic pose. All right, so with those little pegs installed, he's a little more sturdier on that base. And the reason why I needed to do that was because I did want to get him in a little more of a dynamic pose here. Now, I'm not going to try to get him in that awesome kneeling position he is on the back of the box. But I do have him in this sort of battle pose, and that's what was important to me as far as getting this figure, because I did, as I mentioned earlier in the video, order up the Hyperreal Luke Skywalker. And I kind of want to be able to display these as they're battling it out on Bespin. I think that'll look really, really sharp. And yeah, he does. He looks really good. That lightsaber is a little more malleable than I thought, and it doesn't look nearly as bent now that I have it in two hands here, as he's grasping it with two hands. And again, I think it looks really, really dynamite. This figure is like, sometimes you get a figure and you're a little underwhelmed at first, and then it just kind of grows on you, and I think that is the case here. This figure is indeed growing on me, and I think he looks pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with this guy. Again, I think I said B+, maybe. Well, yeah, still a B+. But yeah, he looks good. I'm pretty impressed. Hey guys, just a quick compare and contrast, just in case you were curious. Here is the Hyperreal Darth Vader next to the standard Black Series Darth Vader that came out with the 40th anniversary New Hope wave. Just to kind of give you guys just a little bit of a compare and contrast there. You got a $72 or $80 action figure, and then you got a $20 one right there. So anyway, that is the size comparison of the standard Black Series with the Hyperreal Black Series.
Must have had a self-destruct.
An Imperial probe droid.
Alrighty guys, so for my second and final figure of the night, we're definitely going for quality tonight over quantity. I've got a Hot Toys figure to show off to you guys. Now this is a figure I've been sort of coveting for the last several months now, actually, and I finally did pick it up, but I didn't get it from a retailer. I bought it off eBay. And the reason I got it off eBay was because I had a gift card sitting in my wallet from Christmas from my wonderful boss, who hooked me up with a $75 gift card, and he was going for $175 shipped. I think he is gently used, but he looks fantastic. And that is, of course, the non-deluxe Stormtrooper. I think he's going for about $187 currently on Sideshow's site. So I got him. I think he's been removed from the box, but I'm not sure. He looks pretty new in there. But anyway, I've already opened him up sort of and checked him out. I haven't gotten him completely out, but I just made sure that he was what he's supposed to be, and he indeed is. But anyway, I'm really pleased to get this guy in the collection. I do not have a Hot Toys Imperial Stormtrooper in my collection. I have a First Order Stormtrooper, which is from Hot Toys, which is, well, it's First Order. And then I do have two older Sideshow Imperial Stormtroopers, which still look good, but I really wanted to get a Hot Toys Imperial Stormtrooper. So really glad to have him. Let's get him out of the box and let's check him out. Alrighty guys, so here is the box. It's a nice box. It's a Hot Toys box. It's got a nice little sash on it. I really like the sash. Every single one of these Hot Toys unboxing videos are getting to be about the same. I say the same damn thing every time. Let's give it a little 360, blah, blah, blah. Here's the box. All right, let's get it open. Alrighty, and here is the interior box. Artwork looks nice. I think it's more of an indoor Imperial Stormtrooper as opposed to other renditions of the Imperial Stormtrooper. Not that there really are any that are too different. But anyway, he's really cool. Let's check him out. Inside, I mean. Let's peel back that onion of awesomeness. And there he is. Again, looks really good. I don't know if this particular Stormtrooper has actually been removed. I'm not sure, but he looks complete. He looks like he is in good shape. And let's check it out. The only way to find out is to get him out and get him set up. Alright, so here he is removed, and like I said before, I wasn't exactly sure whether or not this was indeed a brand new unopened action figure. Well, unless this particular eBay seller is really damn good at getting on all these little plastic booties and whatnot, and getting the little cellophane put back on the stand, I would say this figure is very virgin and very untouched, and it was actually brand new. So that's awesome. And, you know, not that I would have, if it was gently used, that would probably be okay, but it's always nice to know that you bought something brand new. So that's awesome. Alrighty guys, well finally here he is all removed from his packaging, and this is a very minimalist figure as far as accessories go, and you know, of course, why wouldn't it be? And sometimes I would rather pay, you know, a little to a lot less for a figure and have it come with limited accessories than to pay, you know, upwards of almost $300 for one that comes with a bunch of crap I'm probably just gonna keep in the box anyway. So in a way, I actually prefer a little more of a minimalist philosophy with my Hot Toys accessories. And again, he just comes with a nice little bit of a variety of hand poses you can use him. And this is exactly how I'm going to display mine. So this is pretty much it. There's not really a lot to talk about with this figure. Just like when I reviewed my Royal Guard or my all-terrain armored transport driver, you know, or AT-AT driver. There's not a lot to talk about. It is what it is, but it is fantastic. And you know, any Star Wars collection needs, you know, a really nice representation of an Imperial Stormtrooper. Not that I didn't have one, but now I definitely do. I do like the green polarization in his eyes there, looking really, really nice. Again, I'm really glad actually that this figure is a shiny version. There's no weathering on this that I can tell. I'm glad it's kind of a shiny version. You know, down the line, maybe I'll look at getting that Remnant Stormtrooper from Hot Toys. It's all weathered, dirty, and old looking. That would be cool. That would be a cool complementary piece to this piece. But for right now, I'm really glad to have a nice, clean Imperial Stormtrooper that just sort of like advocates the might of the evil galactic empire at its height. And that's exactly what this figure looks like to me. After all, we are celebrating the Empire Strikes Back week here on the Plastic Planet. And so we are all things Imperial right now. And he looks absolutely fantastic. Really glad to have him here. And yeah, he just looks really good. Let me show you the back side of him real fast if I can get to turn around. I have him on this like Christmas snow here. And the reason I have the Christmas snow here is because I'm using a TV tray of my wife's, and it's black with this like floral patterning on it. It would look really stupid to do a figure review on. So I have this like Christmas snow here. I thought it'd be kind of like Hoth-like, and it's just kind of making me the ability for me to turn my figures and just show off stuff on this TV tray a little bit of a pain in the ass. But anyway, I've got the little back roll here. I don't even know what that piece is, but all Stormtroopers seem to have it. But he looks really good. I'll need to futz with his armor a little more, how it lays on him. But overall, really, really pleased. And again, there's not a lot to show off here, not a lot to talk about. Just a really damn nice action figure. Alrighty guys, well that is going to wrap up this edition of the Plastic Planet. Please like, share, comment. Please do subscribe if you are not a subscriber. We have a great time here on the Plastic Planet each and every week. And I hope you guys did enjoy this little showcase / unboxing of the Hyperreal Darth Vader behind me, as well as the Hot Toys non-deluxe Imperial Stormtrooper. Really fun action figures and great additions here to the Plastic Planet right here on Empire Strikes Back month here on the Plastic Planet. And today, as I mentioned earlier in the video, is the 40th anniversary of the release of the greatest film of all time, The Empire Strikes Back. So I will be sending you guys out yet another love letter of mine to my favorite film of all time. And yeah, so freaking awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap things up. Later. Love you. Bye.
Empire Strikes Back. You can read along with me in your book. You will know it is time to turn the page when you hear R2-D2 beep like this. Let's begin now. It was a dark time for the rebellion. After the loss of the Death Star, the evil galactic empire intensified its efforts to crush the Rebel Alliance. Princess Leia and her small band of freedom fighters sought out the remote ice planet of Hoth for their new secret base. From atop a shaggy tauntaun, Commander Luke Skywalker surveyed the snowy landscape.
Well, girl, no sign of Imperial troops. It looks like we're safe for now.
Hey, what's the matter? You smell something?
But before being destroyed, the probe had transmitted a final message to the evil commander of the Imperial fleet, Darth Vader.
Set a course, Luke. The rebels are there, and Skywalker is with them.
machines stalk their way across the snowy ground. Deadly cannons roar as they march toward the base, crushing everything in their path. Luke led a squadron of snow speeders against the machines.
We spotted Imperial walkers. Use your harpoons and throw cables. Shield doors must be closed.
Would it help if I got out and pushed?
Yeah. This baby's still got a few surprises. Okay, Chewie, punch it.
Asteroids do not concern me, Hasbro. Well, no, I rate it for my downfall.
It's too big. Size matters not.
Luke's fighter landed on the murky swamp planet of Dagobah.
I feel like you feel like what? So, you wish to become Jedi, like your father. But how do you know about the Force, or my father?
I'm not afraid.
You will be. You will be. I don't believe it. That is why you fail.
My buddy Lando runs this place.
Can we trust this friend of yours?
Asked Leia.
No, but he has no love for the Empire.
Lando led his guests to the banquet room to celebrate their arrival. Suddenly, Imperial Stormtroopers surrounded them.
Sorry, old buddy,
Said Lando miserably.
Darth Vader and a bounty hunter arrived just before you did. I had no choice. They're looking for someone called Skywalker.
Darth Vader stood in Cloud City's carbon freezing room.
I'll take Skywalker to the Emperor, frozen but unharmed. We'll test it first. Bring in Captain Solo.
Han was lowered into a deep pit. Sub-freezing gases swirled about him, encasing him in a hard metal form. Luke's X-Wing slipped into Cloud City. Led by the Force, he found himself face to face with his enemy, Darth Vader.
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
Their lightsabers sprang to life. Luke attacked boldly, forcing the Dark Lord to retreat.
You have learned much, young Skywalker, but you are not a Jedi yet.
There is no escape.
Darth Vader slashed the weapon out of Luke's hand and backed him onto a bridge.
Don't make me destroy you. Your future lies with me, for I am your father.
Luke was stunned. Lando secretly released Leia and Chewbacca.
Here's some blasters. Come on, we're getting out of here.
Just before Luke tumbled into space, he managed to grab a protruding weather vane. As the Millennium Falcon streaked away, Leia saw Luke dangling precariously beneath Cloud City.
Chewie, get under him!
Lando opened the top hatch and pulled the wounded youth safely inside.
Okay, now can we get out of here?
Soon after, Luke awoke in the medical center of a rebel cruiser. Lando greeted him.
Hi, kid. I'm glad I
I got to see you before I left. Chewie and I are going to find Han. The bounty hunter's got a head start, but we'll catch up.
Luke and Leia watched the Millennium Falcon launch away.
Take care, my friends. And may the Force be with you.
Under siege here in the plastic planet. Under siege by the fly. So gross. Check it out, guys. This is how I keep it real here on the plastic planet. There's a dead fly here in my damn detolf with my Hoth Hot Toys Princess Leia, my sideshow Hoth Han Solo, because it is Empire Strikes Back month here on the plastic planet. But anyway, I have killed probably 100 of these goddamn flies in my house over the last 24 hours. This has become my best friend right here, this raid. I don't know where the hell these flies are coming from. They seem to be on the decline today. Like I said, I killed about 100 of them yesterday. Today I've only had to kill 2, but it is disgusting. I think they are called cluster flies, and they actually are the more sanitary flies of the fly family, and they tend to hibernate in your attic and in your eaves, and then they just come out in clusters and they hang out in windowsills. And actually in that windowsill over there, I managed to kill about 50 of them yesterday in one shot. I had to totally clean that up, and it's looking really good over there now, but there's one more damn fly in this house. Oh man, I hate the damn flies.